All right, the end of week 3, and boy, do I have an update for you guys. So before I press record, I had to think about all the stuff we've done because we've done so much this week. It's incredible. So first thing is that we were waiting on Monday for flooring. So a lot of the flooring is in now. So we've done all the flooring's patched up all around these areas here. So that's the powder room there. This is the meals area. So this area got leveled and we put in the joists as well. And we put down the yellow tongue flooring. As you can see, we've patched it all up around here, all where those posts were. Nib wall's gone in there. Big load bearing wall, that one. So all of that was done on Monday, and the timber for that came just in time. And as you guys know, there's a big timber shortage at the moment, so it came in perfect time. After that, we set up a whole lot of heights for the steel, because Thursday was a huge day. Thursday, we got all of the steel beams put in, and you may have seen it just then, but have a look at this. All of the steel is in. And we're talking big, heavy steel. So I'll take you through it all. So I've been talking in other videos about where the foundations have been. So the brick pillars are under there, and we've had to make sure that all the foundation footings for like the poles like this, like that's sitting down on that concrete pad that I was talking about last week. So this steel beam spans from this side. There's going to be windows there and an opening door there, and that's where the bifold door is going to go in there. And it spans from over here right over, and it butts into our bedroom at the moment. So that's one bit. Now this is the first one that we put in because it's the main one that all butts into. So that alone is 360 kilograms of steel. All up, we had over 1 ton of steel. There's a ton of steel here, and I'm convinced now as to why we had to dig the holes so deep and making sure that they were just right, because this steel needs to have a really good footing. So the way this works, it's really quite amazing. So this bit of steel here had to be put on first, and that rests on this post here. And so that's on a footing down there. And then this next piece here was put in because that joins up with that bit and then rests on this wall. And there's a stump under there. So that's one of the holes you saw me digging last week. From there, that one butts into that one over there and then comes right across and sits on here. So that's what we were setting up before the steel came in. Jean had the level out to make sure it was exactly right. And then once that's done, this one goes in. And that was a whole day. So we had a truck here with a crane. A guy, Gary, loved Gary. Gary came in, he welded all the pieces together, had all the equipment for it, just made sure the measurements were right. We had to get a few things laser cut out. A few of the holes just didn't match up quite right, so he welded the pieces together and then laser cut a new hole. So he was there all day. That was yesterday. It was an incredibly big day, so big. And then today we had a fair bit of demos. So we demoed all of the existing roof that was in there, the ceilings, and we also took out the window and framed all that up. So that's all ready to go now too. So a massive week, and so much new timber getting put in, the new steel. We only had a little bit of demo. It was so good to have like the structure in. And what's great is all this steel kind of defines the second story as well. So it's kind of set the boundaries, and it just makes everything look like the way it's supposed to be. So really cool. The only other thing I was going to show you is that I'm learning all this stuff on site. It's really great fun. So the engineering plans tell you have to brace certain walls. So that's actually bracing to stop the whole house racking. So there's bracing there, and you only have to brace the walls that they tell you to. So those walls got braced because if they're bigger, you can use strapping, but otherwise you use that chipboard. So yeah, it was heaps of cutting of pieces of wood this week. It was really intricate. I made a couple of funny mistakes. I cut actually this bit down here. This is hilarious. So I didn't cut that. I tried twice, and I actually learnt that the square, when you have a square, the inside measurement's different from the outside, and it was a bit embarrassing. It was the end of the day, and it was just an embarrassing moment where twice I cut the same thing and it was out by so much. Here's a photo of the terrible mistake that I did. the mistake that I learnt from. But what I did learn was, like I said before, that this square has 2 separate measurements, and you need to make sure that you're measuring from the right side, either the inside or the outside. So what I did was, I was measuring from the outside, when really I should have been measuring from the inside, because they're very, very different. And I did that twice. And so I think that's a good moment to do a huge shout out to our builder, Jean. Hello. Who is so forgiving and so patient with me and so great at explaining everything when I'm asking questions. But he is so patient, he has got the patience of a saint. And I am so thankful that I can do this alongside him and it's okay to make mistakes as long as they're not big ones and learn from them. So big shout out to him. A lot of the time when I'm doing videos and I'm saying we, I really mean Gene, because 99% of this is all him. The rest is just me, you know, doing what I'm told because, you know, he's the one driving it. He's just got the ideas. He knows what's going on. He's in the headspace of it all. It's very new for me. So big shout out to Gene because he's just working like a madman, so efficient. And we're putting in full days. Like we're getting here at 7 and finishing at like 4:30. So really busy. So huge shout out to him. Huge shout out to him. What a legend. Just like last week though, I thought it'd be great to finish off with a whole lot of clips of what we've been doing. So I hope you guys have a good week and I'll see you next time. Under the house again.